Okay, this is Banana with the DreamViews Podcasts, and I'm here with Joshua Blackwood, aka Man of Steel, administrator of DreamViews and Lucid Dreamer. How are you today, Josh?
I'm good. How are you, Eric?
I'm doing good. So, how would you say you found DreamViews?
It's a bit of a long story, actually. I used to be a member of a gaming website called GameFAQs. They have forums for gaming and stuff, all kinds of cheats and stuff. Well, they also have a whole bunch of other interesting subboards. They have a Star Wars board, and the important one is the paranormal board, which I was browsing when I found a link to a website about lucid dreaming. They had a whole topic about it, actually. But this link was what got me interested. Had some rather scientific information and a reference to EWOLD, Exploring the World of Lucid Dreaming by Stephen LaBerge. So I did a Google search for lucid dreaming and found DreamViews. And after browsing the forums for a couple hours, I joined.
Awesome, awesome. So, I searched through your posts, and it looks like the first thread you made was actually your first lucid dream. And
Yep.
it looked like you had actually pretty good control in it, and it was very detailed. Now, I was wondering, how did you feel when you first became lucid that you realized you were dreaming, that you controlled everything around you?
It was an amazing feeling. Just, I remember I was in this huge mall, an indoor mall, and I was running towards the staircase leading down, and I jumped up and started to fly, and I realized, wait a second, I'm dreaming, and I started to fly like Peter Pan, and the most incredible feeling.
Yeah, it was a very nice experience when I first realized I was dreaming. And of course, the first thing I tried was flying like you did. Now, after you tried flying, is that all you did in that dream was fly?
I used in that first dream. I actually started out flying when I at the point where I realized I was dreaming. I was actually already flying, and then I tried pyrokinesis. I tried to set someone on fire, a dream character, and at the last minute I changed my mind and instead used telekinesis to fling them across the mall.
Oh, that's cool. Telekinesis has been one of the most successful things that I've been trying to do in dreams. Never really had problems with it. So, we were talking the other day, and you said you were pretty interested in dream control. And what would you say is your best technique that is most successful for you when you're trying to increase control or clarity?
Basically, it's just the knowledge that I can do it. Not necessarily even the belief, but the knowledge. Because while yes, belief is a big factor in dream control, but knowing that no matter what, you are in control as it's your dream. It's all going inside your head is really the ultimate thing.
Yeah, many a lucid dreamer have failed because they simply don't believe that it's possible. So how did you manage to become admin of DreamViews? Did you become a mod or a dream guide at first, or what?
No, actually, uh, I was a member of the community team, which has its own forum. It's a members-only forum, and it's by invite only. And I was invited to that forum uh, probably within a year after I joined DreamViews. And at that time, it was in June of 2008 that Amethyst Star and Wave Function were the current community administrators at that time. And Amethyst Star was having to step down at that time for time reasons and personal reasons. And she put a thread up in the community forum asking if anyone would like to be an administrator to send an application. So I said, hey, I can do that. As I thought about you wanted to be a moderator previously. So I read it over and sent in an application, and I was chosen.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Um, yeah, I heard Amethyst Star was one of the old admins, and she did a pretty good job. So I hear you might be doing some projects for the site, like updating the Flash chat or stuff like that. Would you like to give any info on things you're working on at the moment?
Well, some of this is kind of hush hush because the head admin of the site, the dishwasher, has to make some of the bigger changes. But
Yeah.
we are currently looking at either updating the Flash chat or using Ajax chat, which would greatly increase the speed and bandwidth usage of the chat. And also, we're looking at some forum skins. You may have seen the thread in the meta forum where L posted.
Oh, yeah, I read that thread.
So we're kind of looking at that and some other options too.
Okay, so,
And
oh, continue.
there's there's also the DV Academy, which is a kind of ongoing thing. There's discussion in the meta forum about this. It's going to be a total revamp of the adoption program.
Oh, yeah, the adoption hasn't been going all too well
Right.
recently. It's kind of dead. I think right when after I joined, Guitar Boy actually adopted me, and then I went inactive for a while, so that didn't go too well. But alright, back to lucid dreaming. What would you say is your favorite thing to do in a lucid dream?
Well, that's a tough one. I think fighting is always fun. I remember in my last lucid dream, uh, well, it wasn't my last one. It was my last really good one though. Uh, I was sort of gliding through a forest um, with, I don't know if you've seen the movie Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Oh yeah, I've seen that movie.
The kind of style with which they flew, just really light and graceful and uh, very smooth and peaceful.
Like being
I was
light as a
gliding,
feather.
just light as a feather. Yeah, I was gliding through a forest like that, just kicking off trees and I punched down with a fist to ricochet off of a tree, kicked down my foot to tap the ground. I wound up at this small pool out just in the middle of the woods. It was I say small. It was about half the size of the football field. It was all stone, just cut out of the ground. And there was an old Chinese man standing in the middle on a like a stone dais, and he had a staff, and he was a martial arts tutor, and we were supposed to spar, and I was to go cut a staff with which to spar, and as I cut the staff, I felt myself slipping from a dream, so I focused on my knife to cut the staff. In order, I focused on the details in order to stay within the dream. But in transitioning from cutting a staff to heading back to spar, I lost control of the dream and woke up.
Yeah, I find Dealed or DreamX induced lucid dreams very good for chaining dreams or re-entering dreams that suddenly become unstable.
Oh yes, that's a very good method. I've done that a time or two.
Yeah, it's got to be my favorite method. I hardly use it to actually become lucid, but it's very good for getting back into lucids if you become unstable in some way. So, what did you never really ever have trouble with when you were lucid dreaming? Like you just tried it and every time you got it 100%.
Telekinesis would be number one thing. I've never had telekinesis fail. In fact, it's my go-to reality check. If I think I might be dreaming,